Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Soapbox. I am your host, and today I am finally doing an interview with somebody. This is long overdue.
Way overdue.
Way overdue. You've seen him in previous specials, most notably the Degeneracy Soapbox special.
You already know.
Mr. CJ Perry, a very, very good friend, and somebody who I've been trying to get it on this bitch for a long fucking time.
That is the truth. We've been trying to do this for a minute now. It only took a pandemic.
Bro, I started this podcast like in summer of 2019.
For real?
Yeah.
Wow, it's been a while. As a matter of fact, I do remember that because that was I think you told me about it. You mentioned it to the entire group because that was back when I was working at Wisfis on my internship, and then after work I would just stop in at the school and just hang out with you guys for a little bit. And I think that's when you started doing it at the library, right? Del Tech Library. Yep, yeah. I remember that.
That was a great recording room. Those library ladies loved and hated us.
Yo, funny story about the library, me, Czar, and Joel in the library. As you already know, Anthony used to work at the library.
Right.
And dude, Anthony hated our asses so much. Like before he knew us, he hated me, Czar, and Joel simply because of the fact we would always get a study room and we would always run over our time. And Anthony would always be the one sent in to tell us to leave. So it became like a recurring thing. So Anthony completely despised us until we started getting to know him. It was hilarious because I remember one day just coming down the elevator and I saw Czar and Joel talking to Anthony, and he was like, "Hey, what's up? I'm Anthony," and I was like, "Oh yeah, you're that guy that kicks us out the study rooms all the time." But
yeah. Anthony's a love bug. He is I don't think I've met a better man than him.
Yeah, Anthony is great. He's Anthony, honestly, whenever he was kicking us out the room, obviously he was super serious Anthony voice. But as you get to know him, he's fucking hilarious. Anthony's
my god.
Yeah.
I like to think I'm funny. Anthony is genuinely funny.
Honestly, funniest person in the group goes to Vinny. Vinny is fucking hilarious.
Well, but Vinny's a bland boy and half a homo. It's just
that is true. That is true.
It's his delivery is it's not so much what he says. He says the same shit we all say. His delivery,
he says it.
His delivery is unmatched. Yeah.
Yes. Honestly, last night during the Among Us games we were playing, him and Uriah bantering was fucking hilarious. That was too funny. There were so many great moments in that game. But
for anybody listening, go check out the my video clips on twitch.tv/Haggard Innovations.
But yeah, that was great. But so what's the conversation topics for today? I feel like we got off topic really fast.
That's the point. It's a conversation.
Oh, okay, cool. I didn't know if you had
Oh no, I have some things. I have some things in my head I want to talk to you about specifically. But you're my boy. We us talking is not difficult.
Okay, gotcha. I just didn't know if you had this organized or whatnot.
So to be clear, I do not know how the next episode is going to go because this episode will be releasing after the one I'm about to mention. We are recording this on November the 14th, 2020, and Monday I'm going to be interviewing the person who one of the people who was just elected to the Wilmington City Council at large.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. I've been doing some research. He's a nice enough guy, he's a sweetheart of a dude. It's just I'm mentioning it because I'm putting this out after that. So even though right now it's I don't know how it's gonna go, but for him I actually have to prepare. I have to.
Yeah, I was just about to say I don't think you could just snowball it with him.
No,
yeah.
It's this podcast is very informal. I don't really I do snowball it a little bit, but I also make sure to make it feel more like a conversation, less of an interview.
Okay, cool. But I can dig it.
Yeah, but I mean, you've been on it, but then again, you've been on it when we had the entire group together, and it just evolved into just.
Yeah, I don't, honestly, like, I don't know what your viewers have seen of me thus far, but it's probably, usual stuff.
I
He
will.
knows what I mean by the usual stuff.
But so before the podcast, like, so for those who aren't aware, CJ is one of the few people in that I consider a good friend that actually likes to gets enjoyment out of making business moves like I do.
Yes.
Yeah, he is. For those who have watched my Twitch stream recently, and you see a CalVision's apparel ad, cycling through on the stream. That's him. And yes, I do. And yes, I do. I did put an ad for your stuff on my stream, Jackass, because I want to support my boys.
I really appreciate that, Evan. I really do. Honestly, I actually do get more than a few sales, like, from, like, Wilmington, Delaware, which is, like, crazy. So, honestly, I think I've given everybody a thank you except you. Really big thank you for that, Evan, because honestly, like, around Wilmington, people buy my stuff, and I think that's because of who Seta is, right? From
Oh yeah,
the Wilmington. Yeah, him.
Despite my best efforts, he just don't like me.
I don't know. I don't know. Seta seems like a nice enough guy.
Oh no,
I don't know him like
he's
that.
He's an awesome dude. It's just I'm very domineering and overbearing when it comes to talking, and I don't think he appreciates that from a white dude.
Gotcha. Well, I mean, yeah, he helped me out before. He actually shot a music video on one of my T-shirts, so I was really hype about that. Yeah, that shit was great. Yeah,
he's been one of your biggest advocates for my soul. Young Seta, for those who are listening, I did a podcast with him. He at the top of the season, first episode of season 2. So, go check that out. But it was I also hear you're starting a podcast of your own.
Yeah. Honestly, that got pushed back. I'm starting. I mentioned it to Czar. I'm gonna be talking about. I'm gonna be bringing people on, kind of just like you are, and we're gonna just be talking about multitude of topics, everything from things going on in society, to politics, to sports, to nerd shit like gaming that we love to discuss, and things of that manner. Basically, a wide array of stuff I'm well versed in, or at least I'd like to think I'm well versed in that. That whole nerd and comic book part, we're gonna have to take that up with Ben. But
yeah, but I mean, I'll be honest. Like, Ben should have a podcast.
Honestly, I remember we were talking today. He was like, CJ, I was thinking of starting a podcast. I was like, Ben, you were literally a well of knowledge. You need to start a podcast.
Like, literally, like, I think if Ben just did a podcast where he said, where like each season could just be him talking about random shit, like a random topic,
literally,
and going super duper in depth with it, and then when he gets bored of it, he just starts a new season and starts talking about something else.
Yeah,
I'd fucking listen. It's like we would have never known Screw God if it wasn't for him.
I will never forget that fucking day. That was funny as shit.
Oh man, but I'll say, like, everybody in our friend group is scrappy.
What do you mean by that?
I mean, not everybody in our friend group wants to own a business like you or me.
Yeah, that's honestly, that's perfectly fine.
Right, and that is, but everybody is like scrappy and is hungry for something. We don't have. There's nobody really in our group that sits on their ass and does nothing.
Very true.
Even Ben, who doesn't really have a lot of drive for monetary. He has an unquenchable thirst for knowledge.
Yeah, but he's not monetary driven, but even still, he's doing stuff.
He's driven.
Yeah, he's driven. Whenever I talk to Ben, I'm like, hey Ben, we having a session tonight? He's like, yeah, after I finish up some schoolwork. Or he'll be like, nah, I do some schoolwork. So I know he takes school extremely seriously, even though he doesn't know what he wants to do, specifically in life yet. And I respect that. Just sticking with something, even if you don't know how it's gonna go. That takes a lot of.
It takes grit.
Yeah, definitely.
And he's genuinely brilliant. He's so fucking
Yeah.
smart.
Yeah. Honestly, Ben doesn't give himself enough credit. Ben was
He
like,
doesn't.
CJ, I'm not even that smart. I was like, Ben, shut up. You're
You know
definitely
what?
you are
You know
smart.
what? I think he intelligence. He's certainly book smart,
Yeah.
and he's also he's also does jujitsu. You know,
Yeah. Hmm.
he's not he's a modern Renaissance man in a way.
You know, Ben, I mean, Evan, funny enough, it's like, oh, I've been putting this podcast off for a while, so after this on the list, it's actually going up against Ben in a grappling match because he's been begging me to do that forever. Because funny enough, a few
Please let me record that so I can put it on my YouTube
oh,
channel.
please don't, because I'm gonna lose. But anyway, um I actually had him and Uriah over either last month or like the month before last, either in October or September. I had both of them over, and we all did some sparring because Ben wanted to learn more about striking, and Uriah actually used to train with Czar, who boxed for a while. So I was like, you know what, this was a great opportunity for me to try and like see if I shake the rust off a little, because I haven't like sparred anybody in a while, obviously because of Corona.
But
Um,
you're also you're also, I think, believe, strictly a boxer, correct?
Yeah, that's really all I've, in terms of like combat sports, that's all I've
But
ever
you
really done. Yeah.
but don't feel bad about it. Like Western boxing is the best martial art for pure striking.
Honestly, yeah,
Like
that's the whole name of the game.
like the only reason the only like Muay Thai is not better at striking, but most people really use it just because it's very very fucking close to boxing in terms of being good, and it kind of lends itself more, um, it lends itself better to when you're going horizontal rather than vertical.
Yeah, and well, Muay Thai kind of does more damage to like the human body than boxing because it not only does it incorporate fists, but it also incorporates elbows as
Elbows and
well.
knees
Yeah,
and
elbows and
feet.
knees. Yeah, and feet. Like I don't know if like you've seen it before, but like those I actually learned this from Ben. He said those leg kicks they do are actually meant to hit a nerve in your leg. That's why you see that so much in like UFC and everything.
Where their legs just
Like
give out. Yeah, it's like
yeah, if you
I
mhm.
mean, and Western boxing is a derivative of Muay Thai.
I actually never knew that.
Yeah, it is.
Hmm. Yeah, I actually never knew that. That's crazy.
Right. But either way, it's I don't think we like. Did you ever fight Black Captain America?
Who? Oh, Lou? Yeah. I could have swore I told you guys about
Although
that.
though Captain America is a righteous human being, I don't think I could describe him as that.
I mean, I'm not gonna say Lou's like. All right, if we got to describe Lou, he's a smooth, chaotic neutral. Okay, there we go. I think we can all just say that.
Yeah,
but
I'll give you that one.
but yeah, man, that was actually like last year.
I don't think
Towards the
I don't think I personally ever got an update from that about that.
seriously? Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I told yeah.
bro, you gotta remember, I live hella far out of the way from where
No,
you
I was
live.
at the school. I was at the school when this happened. It happened it happened a little bit after my internship ended. We met up at a gym, and we sparred, and well, it was more than just a spar. It was an actual like match, even though we still had headgear and everything on, and we went 7 rounds, and I won by decision. Um, so yes.
But if it was a street fight, you would have gotten bodied.
Oh yeah, I would have lost. I would have lost. If someone who just like if you were looking at it from like who dealt more damage aspect, you would have thought he won the fight because I got knocked down twice, and he didn't. I didn't knock him down. I only knocked him down once.
It's a fucking tower.
Yeah, I only knocked him down once, and he knocked me down twice, and I was a little bit more bruised than he was. But they were keeping track of like total punches on the scorecard, and I out punched the fuck out of him. Like a lot of his it's like he missed more than he made, but the ones that landed hurt. Whereas I was super accurate, but they weren't hurting him that much. So
Nor were they wearing him down.
yeah, and he was showing signs of like slowing down. So um I won by decision and I beat Lou, and yeah, everyone I remember going back and telling the guys at the school. I don't know if you were there or not, but
I
that was the
wasn't.
update on. Yeah, so you must not have been there. But yes, that is the update on that. And yeah, he's actually doing pretty good for himself. He calmed down finally, at
He
least to
did.
my knowledge.
He,
Yeah,
I'm guessing he like he got laid, got some of the testosterone out of his body, should mellow the fuck out.
who knows, maybe. But yeah, he's calmed down. I actually talked to him, I think sometime last month. Now he's back. I think he goes to some community college in Philadelphia now because I don't know if I told you he used to go to OSU, Ohio State University.
Until he beat the fuck out of a bunch of rich frat boys.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they tried to jump him and it didn't go well for the jumpers. It didn't go well, and then
Dude,
he
did
was
he
asked to
throw
leave.
some poor bastard like a foot, like 2 feet higher than he stands in the air, which is like 8, 9
Oh
feet?
yeah, he threw the guy over his fucking shoulder and he landed on a table and the table broke. And then he slapped the other guy, and as soon as he left, he told me the other guy ran up on him, and then scariest shit he's ever said to me. He just was like, yeah, he ran up on me and I just broke his leg. And I was like, how? He was like, I just broke his leg. I was like, shit, okay.
Ugh, some people, and I want to say for the record, this man is a fucking genius.
Yeah, yeah, knows how to fucking weld. Knows how to weld, knows how to code.
Didn't he break in? Didn't he like turn off a security system, take some shit that he left at the school?
Nah, all right, so I remember asking him about that. He tried to get in, he turned somebody's security off, like the alarm system in someone's house off. He just broke off the back panel and just like turned that shit off.
Bro.
Like he messed around with the wires or some shit and turned it off. And then at school, he came in with a flash drive and put it in one of the teachers' computers, and it just fucked it. It just was.
You can buy those. You can buy those. Those are actually those kill drives you can get. They really do is they just take electrical currents and they basically like amplify. It's a little amplifier thing in there. It's like tiny, and basically you stick it in, and the electric current goes through, and it basically fries the fucking drive.
Oh well, maybe he did buy that. But me at the time,
so I
thought he like made that shit. Yeah, I thought he made that shit, honestly. But yeah, smart dude, aggressive dude. He's calming down now. He's in college. Well, back in college now, and yeah, I should probably call him. Make sure he's not up to any crazy shit. But back to what you were talking about before about all of us having grit. Honestly, like. I remember talking to Anthony about this. I was like, "Yo,
the girls all have grit. Like all of the OGs have grit. Like everybody we've come in, like we all do."
Like I remember having a conversation with Anthony as well. I was like, "Yo, if you really look at it, everybody in our group has like pushed through some like overwhelmingly hard circumstances at some point in their life to get to like this point."
You need I think you need adversity. I think like
exactly.
I think if you don't have any adversity your entire life, like you're I don't think people are able to push through, and that like I'm sure you know people like plenty of people too who you're just you look at them and you're like people hand you your life on a platter. Mm-hmm. The moment you're like you look at people and you're like, I don't feel envious for those people that are like given shit, you know?
Because I used to until I realized this. I was like,
the moment
hit the fan for them.
And when people stop handing out shit to them, they're fucked. They're not going to be like they're not like they have no like they're not going to be able to be successful.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like you know, I've got a like my like if you look at it from the outside looking in, my life looks pretty fucking fantastic. But like there's a lot of home shit that like I don't talk about growing up. And the result of that is I've got and good parenting on my parents' side of things. Like I got grit. I got the ability to work through shit. You know, I know the grass is greener is on the other side, and like shit sucks right now. I'm gonna cry like a bitch for 5 minutes. I'm gonna stand up, dust myself off, solve the fucking problem, and deal with that issue a year from now in therapy.
But yeah, like we've all went through some like some shit to like get to where we are, and that's why I have so much respect for everybody in our group because it's like, yo, like
None of us are pussy.
yeah, everybody, like all of us have tough times, but I never have to worry about like, hey, I wonder how they're gonna get through it. I know they're gonna get through it. Like the biggest example of that for me is Czar. Like Czar in the last
Oh
year
my God,
has
his
just been,
like the
yeah,
everything he's gone through,
yeah. Like
and
I'm
he's
not gonna,
still
I'm not,
fucking going.
yeah, exactly. So like I was like, see, like it's that kind of toughness about Czar. That's what makes me really respect Czar because like, bro, I know a lot of people like it's put in Czar's circumstances, which I'm not going to discuss over camera because that's his business.
Obviously,
But yeah, if and, there's a lot of people I know in my life, if they were put in Czar's circumstances, they would not be in fucking school right now. They would
no,
they would have said fuck it a long time ago. They would have been like fuck school.
no.
I need to figure out all the rest of this shit.
Right. He figured out he needed a change of scenery, and he took it.
Yes, and honestly, that's what like that. And honestly, even like from like I said, not going to discuss it here, but like from an outside perspective, looking in, I feel like a lot of people would be like, "Oh, it's easy to leave that situation," but it never is. It
No.
never is because it never is. And like that's why I always call Zara and check up on Zara. I'm like, bro, you good? How is everything down there? How you and Douglas doing? You trying to have a session tonight? Yada yada yada. I always do that.
Always trying to
Yeah.
include him. Me and Anthony hang out on the weekends in person or whatever. Like I call Czar, say, "Hey, bro, you gonna get some rounds in on Smash tonight?" And like it allows him to play like games with us here like he is. But
Hmm.
and like and Anthony has a work ethic like that, like he just goes and grinds and grinds and grinds and grinds and grinds. Like he's
Hmm.
go- and if there's one thing I will say about everybody in our group, and me included, and this is kind of like a larger point. There are very few adults in this planet.
Honestly,
There are plenty of children with drinking permits.
listen, I was just having this conversation. I forget who I was having this conversation with, but I literally said to him, it's like, bro, the older I get, the more and more I see that everybody else is still just a kid. And I'm like,
And I love that
and honestly,
none of our friends are like that.
yeah, me and Zara were actually having a conversation about something regarding like, the shit show that was just this election. But we were talking about that, and the main point of the conversation was that people are so quick to demonize one another just over something as small as your political preference. Like that
Right.
is just so crazy because like the one thing me and Zara's girlfriends have in common are that they are both super, super, super liberal. Okay, they're both super liberal. They're all were pushing that Biden Harris thing. That's fine. I respect that. That's your political opinion. But the problem me and
Did you see the face mask I was wearing a lot?
no, what is it? No, I didn't see it. What was it?
I misplaced it. I do not where I put it, but it basically was a face mask that said, "Fine Biden, but this some bullshit 2020."
I thought you were about to be like, oh, it says fuck them both 2020, but that's
Oh no!
hilarious. But
Oh no! I have another one that says "fuck both of them," spelled BOFFEM.
fuck both of them 2020. But yeah, we were like, our problem with like their opinions on that was that literally they were, first of all, anyone who had a different opinion, they would just demonize them and say the usual liberal shit, racist, bigot, homophobic, sexist, yada 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 yada. You're all that shit. And that was the one thing me and Zar just really didn't appreciate that we were talking about, simply because it's like, yo, just because someone has a different political preference does not completely mean they're a piece of shit. Like,
Right.
like for example, like there's so many people I know that are like good people, and they're like, yo, I lean more conservative. And I'm like, you
Somebody
know
in
what?
our friend group voted for Trump in 2016. We're not going to say who, but somebody in our friend group voted for Trump in 2016, and he's one of our best friends, and we trust him explicitly.
Yeah, and honestly, like, listen, my thing with politics, if you can give me a solid reason as to why you vote a certain way, I respect it. Like if a person who makes a lot of money says I vote Republican because I want to pay less in taxes, I can respect that
Right.
because if I made it, yeah,
Do I agree with I agree with the logic of I don't want to pay more money. I get that. Granted, I grew up in a household that believes that taxes are part of what you do, are part of the price you pay to live in the greatest country in the world and continue to make it better.
Yeah, and honestly, something like that, I can understand. And
That's
like
why That's why I'm not opposed to paying taxes or paying more taxes as I become more and more wealthy.
yeah, absolutely. And like I said, we can have different opinions on something like that and
Mm-hmm.
still be cool.
Right.
Or like, or something like guns. Like for example, my dad actually brought this point up. I was like, Dad, I don't understand why someone would need to own a fucking assault rifle in this country. It doesn't make any sense. It just emboldens people to shoot up places. And my dad was like, well, CJ, that's your perspective. What about people who live in Alaska and the upper regions who have to fend off bears and shit? And I was like, that's a pretty good point. So,
or to bring it to something closer to home. Yeah, I saw this one.
Or something like that.
I saw this one video of a guy who was basically the cops were beating the fuck out of him, like badly bad, like you could tell they were going to kill him. He basically like pushed him off. He got into the side passenger thing of his car and shot all three of them. And like he's facing life in prison, but he's not dead.
Yeah, exactly. So it's all about it's all about trying to understand different perspectives. Right. And I feel like what the conversation me and Zara were having was that we don't get how people can just be like, oh, your opinion's different from mine. Fuck you. Like that's not cool. Like if someone like, and plus another thing we were talking about, a lot of people we saw pushing the whole Biden 2020 and Harris 2020 were the same people that are like, oh yeah, Trump and Pence are racist. And then I'm like, did you forget all the racist shit that like Biden did?
I voted for the crime bill and Kamala's a fucking cop.
Yo, Kamala's more than just a cop. Kamala put a bunch of men in jail for petty crime. Black men in jail for petty crime.
Probably got a kickback from the private prison industry too.
Exactly. So just saying, hey, Trump's racist and Biden is not a valid argument. And that's one of the...
We were voting this election, just like 2016, we were voting for the lesser of two evils.
Yes, and that is honestly sad. And honestly, me and Zar had the conversation, another part of the conversation me and Zar had a while ago was that the American people are probably some of the most misinformed people in the world. Because literally politics is and always has been, unfortunately, a big ass popularity contest. It's always about
how do I feel, not how does it affect me. The people who vote for how does it affect me are much more active. They pay more of their money into the system. They campaign. They donate as much as they can to political candidates.
Yeah,
that's a very small part of the population. Most people vote for how do I feel.
And do you want to know what's crazy about that? I'm pretty sure you heard about this a few weeks ago. Ice Cube met with Donald Trump about the Platinum Plan for the Black community, and he got a shit ton of backlash for that. And they're like, oh, how could you meet with Donald Trump? Donald Trump doesn't like Black people, yada, 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 yada. And Ice Cube said something very, very intelligent. He said, listen, when you're trying to solve a problem as big as like some of the problems in the Black community, and you have an opportunity to talk to the president of the United States, it doesn't matter if you like him or not. He's the president of the United States. He has the power to fix problems that no one else on the planet has the power to fix. You'd be an idiot not to talk to him. You'd rather not talk to the most powerful man on the planet about some of your problems just because of how you feel about him. That doesn't make much sense. That's like saying, I'm going to quit my job because I don't like my boss. How many people can say it? How many people can actually do that?
This is kind of I believe it was, I don't remember the exact phrasing, but this is a paraphrase of what Malcolm X said. Black history and Black progress is peppered with the aid of useful racists.
There we go. There we go.
Lyndon B. Johnson was not a fan of Black people.
Hey, Evan, give me 1 second. My parents are calling me. I'll be right back.
You're good. I'm just gonna pause the recording.
There we go.
Yep, and the recording started again. But what I was saying was, I mean, Abraham Lincoln was a colonialist in terms of trying to solve the problem of black liberation from slavery. He wanted to ship. He wanted to ship people.
Yeah, he wanted to ship us. He
wanted
to ship black people
Liberia.
Back. Yeah, he just wanted to ship them back to Africa.
Right.
Yep, so,
it's the only. I think the only abolitionist worth fucking talking about from that area was John Brown.
Yeah.
The most revolutionary, the one who saw it for what it was. Like, people were being put into were being used as property. Everybody else, it was just like didn't affect him. It affected him on such an emotional level that he was willing to kill his own countrymen to establish a free place for people. Like Lyndon B. Johnson was like notoriously he said the N-word like it was anybody's business. It was awful.
Yeah, exactly.
But he signed he pushed for the Civil Rights Act of 1964. And
yeah, so my thing is, I feel like people get way too hung up on how they feel about a person instead of looking at, hey, what are like the facts of this? And that's just my whole thing, because honestly, people, I'm gonna say it right now. This might not be a popular opinion, but I feel like Biden got elected simply because everybody loved Obama, and Biden is associated with Barack Obama.
No, I think they voted. I think Biden won. I think if there was a competent Republican who if there who was a competent Republican who handled the pandemic well, even if he put in a lot of the policies, if he wasn't as blatantly offensive and didn't fuck up as many things as Trump did, I think Biden would have lost, hands down. This was not. People were not saying yes to a Biden presidency. They were saying no to a
Trump presidency. That is very true.
Right. It's like, I didn't vote for Biden because I wanted to vote for Biden because he was associated with Obama. I like Obama. Biden is not Obama.
Yeah, but I'm not saying that to you. I'm saying that's what most people.
Right. But I think I don't even think it was that deep either. I think it was just like saying no to Trump for a lot of people and saying that I don't like the way the country's going. Let's try something new.
But when I say they associate him with Obama, like, in my
he was the mean daddy of the Obama presidency.
Yeah, in my personal opinion, I feel like there were some better Democratic candidates that should have been elected to the primary, except for Joe Biden.
And even some of the least offensive ones from a conservative's point of view, like people like Klobuchar, Booker, Buttigieg. I thought Buttigieg would have been a fantastic choice.
Literally, that's who I voted for, but he just didn't get
He didn't get in the vote.
He didn't get in the vote. And my mom was like, just select Biden because no one's gonna vote for anyone else. I was like, no, that's not. No. Pete, literally, if you listen to just Pete Buttigieg speak, you could tell this man knows his shit.
I think Buttigieg blew his load too early. I think that if he went out and went for president in 2028, 2032, I think he would have won like Obama won, because he's not only did he sound, act, and speak like Obama did, he also had a feeling of safety.
Very true.
The same feeling of safety I feel when Obama speaks, which is not something I feel when it's something that I feel when that's something for me, my gut tells me, okay, I feel like this person has a good hand on their shoulders and could work well under pressure. I got that feeling when listening to Tulsi Gabbard speak and Pete Buttigieg speak. I did not. I liked Biden. I liked Bernie. I didn't love him. I didn't get that feeling with him. But it is what it is.
My dad really liked Bernie. My only thing with Bernie is that, he's very ambitious, and I think that's what people love about him. It's just that
he's also been spouting the same agenda for 40 fucking years.
Yeah, that too. But my thing
he marched with, and he was with Dr. King on Washington when at the march. He marched in
There,
Selma, too, I believe.
like something like that he talks about a lot, like universal healthcare. I just feel like it's going to take more than 4 years to implement something like that. Because let's say he's working on it over 4 years and doesn't get reelected, and we get like another Republican president, they're going to tear that shit down.
Right.
Whatever
It's I
progress
mean,
was made. Yeah,
Obamacare was never even implemented in its full capacity.
exactly. Yeah,
I mean,
the
it's like
affordable.
we never got to see Obamacare work the way it's supposed to because 19 of the 50 states literally just didn't implement it and kept their people in poverty like
Yeah,
that.
horrible.
There was a fantastic video from the Vlog Brothers with Hank and John Green I watched, where they basically talked about how healthcare in America, there are three factors of healthcare: cost, availability, and quality. And before this, the quality was same as really anywhere else in the world, worse in some cases. 15% of people didn't have health care, and the costs were still astronomical. But from cost from a government perspective was they were only paying for Medicaid or workman's comp. Then Obamacare came on the scene, and all those and they basically ended up blowing out the budget to put more people on healthcare, like on give more people healthcare. And so the thing is that these three things, quality, cost, and availability, are trade-offs. If you want to increase one, there's going to be a trade-off somewhere else.
True.
You know,
Like that's the Republicans' main argument against universal health care. They're like, look at places with universal health care. Like that's at least some of their argument. They said
the problem is that eventually people are going to get fed up with middling quality and astronomical astronomical costs on their end, that we're eventually going to get to a point where people are going to put guns to politicians' heads and say, do it or your head's on a pike. Like, I don't think that'll be in our lifetime, but like, you can't keep fucking over broke people and not expect look at Noam Chomsky said something very scary but poignant. Look at the Hamptons. Look at how it's situated. It's little suburbs in the hills. Not great under gunfire. Not a lot of places to hide.
that is very scary, but that's something that could be a reality in not the coming decades, but like you said, not in our lifetime.
America's wealthy act as if nothing could ever happen to them. And I think that's a testament to, I will say there's a positive and negative to that. It's like, it's a testament to how safe our country is, but it's also a thing of just like you can't do you know how, I saw another video. Do you know how much wage theft is done in America every year? Meaning companies not paying people the amount of money, benefits, and perks they're legally required to pay.
How much?
Anywhere between $40 to $60 million per year. Per year.
That's fucking crazy.
Per year. Bernie Madoff's Enron scheme was only $20 million.
That's crazy.
Oh, no. Yeah. So, and here's one of the sickest part. Walmart has, over the past 20 years, paid fines 97 times for not paying their workers because it's cheaper to consider it part of the it's cheaper to consider fines as part of the cost of doing business than actually paying the people you employ.
That's wild.
Yeah. So America's got a lot of fucking problems, and I think that unless we have another like New Deal level of change in this country. Like, I don't think it's going to get better. And the problem is that that level of change only comes after an unbelievable time of strife. And I do not know if I want to live in a world where I have to live through that time of strife to experience that time of change.
That is, honestly, you hit the nail right on the head. You hit the nail right on the head.
So let's talk Elder Scrolls.
Oh yes, a much lighter topic. When's it gonna come out? That's not really a light topic. That's not really...
honestly, tomorrow after what do you do? I know this is technically not gonna like be great content for the podcast, but what are you doing tomorrow at around 9-10 o'clock in the morning? In the morning, yeah.
Probably sleep, but what's up?
I was about to say, you want to come on and be a co-host for Sunday Morning Skyrim? Anthony got called in to work at 10, and I wasn't.
Okay.
I haven't found nobody else who wants to co-host with me.
Yeah, I'll definitely shoot you a text if I'm up around that time because I'm gonna be up late tonight. Probably just either I don't know if Ben's having his session tonight. He called me, I missed it, and I tried to call him back and he didn't answer. So maybe we're having a session tonight, maybe not. If we're having it tonight, I may be up late, and I don't know if I'll be up tomorrow. But if I'm up around the time, I'll call you and let you know.
Have you ever thought about, on a unrelated note to D&D, have you ever thought about recording? Like, those would be great podcasts or YouTube videos to watch.
I mean,
or live streaming it. Shit, like if I start a D&D campaign with all of us as a group, you best fucking believe I'm fucking live streaming that shit.
I mean, I don't know. Like, I never thought about it, and I highly doubt Ben's ever thought about it because we're really only two people who ever like write and host campaigns. It's either me or Ben.
If I wrote my own campaign and hosted it, would you think Ben would you and Ben partake? You think?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Me and Ben on the same team. That'd be pretty fun. It's actually never happened before.
I was actually thinking about doing an Elder Scrolls based D&D campaign called where at the beginning of the campaign your characters, no matter what happens, get basically a crest like somewhere on their body, and it's basically the Sheogorath's curse, or the curse of Jigalag, I mean to say. And so what it worked, and you've played Shivering Isles, right?
Shivering Isles.
Oblivion DLC.
I actually never played Oblivion.
I highly see that DLC is amazing. It's amazing. Like fuck the DLC, the Oblivion base game. That DLC alone is worth the price of purchase, in my opinion. But I digress. Basically, what I'm gonna do is, it's basically a check. It's basically an in-universe check to doing dumb shit.
I mean, you told me about this before. Yeah, the more dumb shit you do, the whole system with the god and everything.
Right, but basically, Jigalag is the Daedric Prince of Order, and basically, the more you tear at the fabric of order, like once you hit a certain point, you basically like all the fuck shit you did to get up to that point gets turned back to normal, and everybody in universe except for the party knows that it doesn't know it happened, and you basically yanked out of the campaign and do a punishment game. Basically you'll get some menial rewards and stuff for doing it, but like you're not going to get like anything near as good as what everybody else is getting, plus like it's going to be like fucking humiliating. Similar to how I had a Iron Cup after I got shot in the dick during your one-side campaign.
Well, I mean, you deserved that. You deserved that.
Oh, come on. That shit was funny.
It was funny, but you deserved that. That was a horrible idea. Well, actually, I don't know if anyone's been telling you about like the sessions I've been having before my computer broke, but yeah, Ben betrayed everybody. That was pretty funny.
What?
Yeah, Ben on the second mission, Ben decided to betray everybody, and now I had to rewrite the whole thing so that I gave Ben bad guy missions, and Ben's just going against the rest of the team, and they fucking hate Ben. It's hilarious. He blew off Anthony's arm.
You could just kill him and ban him from the campaign.
Well, nah, I didn't want to do that. I was like, I
This
could
will be
write some
fun.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be fun. So honestly, I'm decided to make the missions like PvP based. Whoever gets to the objective first wins the mission.
That
And
sounds like fun.
yeah, and whoever basically has more wins by the end of the campaign, they get their ending. Like if Ben gets more wins, which he's on track to do right now, bad ending. But if Uriah, Czar, and Anthony pull it together and get more wins, good ending.
Well, I would not be surprised if Uriah decided to betray everybody too.
Well, I mean, so here's the thing with that, right? Everybody thinks like, oh, Ben's gonna be at a disadvantage because he's by himself. I'm like, no, Ben's not at a. If anything, Ben's at an advantage because he doesn't have to discuss with anyone else when he makes a decision.
He can just do shit.
Yeah, he can just do what he wants. Whereas, literally, the only reason Ben won this last mission is simply because Czar, Anthony, and Uriah spent most of their time debating and arguing on what to do and what not to do. So very little progress was made on their end, whereas Ben was making decisions like this, just cranking them out. And that's why, and Ben just got to the objective faster.
That's actually, you know what? That might actually be if I do my campaign, I think I might structure it like that. Where it's like everybody sort of like is on their own doing their own thing, and then they can and everybody is like their own agent. But then you have a lot of moving parts to deal with.
Well, the way we deal with that is people can break off and go all on their own. In my campaign, it's just that everybody's on a turn limit. Each person gets 5 turns. Now we incorporated this thing called joint turns. So like, let's say Uriah and Czar want to take a turn together. That entire turn is 10 minutes, where they can both do as many actions as they can in 10 minutes. Whereas Ben, no matter what he does, it's just 5 because it's just him. Whereas when it's 3 of them all together, they get 15 minutes to like do shit.
Got it.
But even then, like, it's very hard for them to like keep up with Ben because although Ben has less time, Ben doesn't need a lot of time to come up with the strategy. Ben, you already know how Ben's mind works.
Smart as a whip.
Exactly. So yeah, it's if you want to know like a genre, it's actually thieving. They're thieves. Yep. So
I'll be honest, dude. That sounds like hella fucking interesting.
Yes, and I have to recreate all the maps now because they were saved on my old computer. So that's gonna be fun. But hey, who cares? Ben's campaign. We're doing 2 campaigns right now. Ben's campaign is the superhero one, and that shit is good. Like that shit is a lot of fun. I hope we play it tonight. But yeah,
it's a lot of fun. A fucking ball.
Yeah, it is. Ben, he obviously, as you know, Ben definitely put clear limits on like our abilities, but we still get shit done. It's still pretty cool. I'm up to my usual antics, and yeah, it's pretty fun. Nobody died yet, so that's good.
That's good.
Yeah, it's pretty good. No one died. Yeah, it's pretty cool. We got to come up with our own supervillains. That was nice. And we're about to actually fight them this session if we have it tonight. So
on some Nier Automata shit, but so you're temporarily putting all of like you're pulling back temporarily on orders for CalVisions. You're working on a new podcast that's going to come out at some point in the near future. What else are you doing? What else are you working on?
Honestly, I have a project I'm working on, but I'm not going to let anybody know what it is because once it drops, I want everybody to be surprised. And I have a deadline.
Tell me after we're done recording.
No. I'm not telling anybody. That's the thing. I'm not telling any. Like, once I drop it and everyone sees, everybody is going to. Well, I don't know if amaze is the word, but it'll be interesting. It's a new idea. It's a project I've been working on alone for like the past 2 weeks. So yeah, it should be good. I'm working on a couple things. I got a couple things in the work. I'm actually writing a new campaign, and we can actually talk about that now if you want.
Nice.
Because the spy one, honestly, now that I don't have the maps and everything, I don't know. I might just start a new one. And if I'm telling you what the genre is, I'm gonna let you know what the genre is right now. All right, so this one, holy shit, what's wrong with this chair? I think I just broke my chair. God damn it. Made me lose my entire train of thought. Shit.
But new campaign you're working on.
Oh yes. New campaign I'm working on. All right. So recently, one of my boys, Deshaun, put me onto a game. A PvP combat based game called For Honor, and I really enjoyed it, but that story mode sucks. Story mode complete garbage.
Ty fucking loves For Honor.
Yeah, it's a fun. Once you learning how to play is a bitch, but once you learn how to play, it's a lot of fun. But yeah, I was basically going to have it something like that. It was just going to be, one of my other usual action based RPG campaigns, and when we have classes this time, it's probably just going to be like, warriors from different parts of the world. Not going to be historically accurate at all, but
yeah.
It'll be fun. It's going to be something like that.
Should be interesting.
Yeah.
Let me think. It was so I don't know if you know this, but like I'm slowly turning my podcasts and stuff into more of a network. And I'm trying to basically like talk to everybody I know who's like who I could could reliably like put out stuff and like do a thing where it's like basically the lion's share of the money's going to them, and I'm just trying to build a podcast network so I can like pitch to advertisers and shit. So I'm actually in the works with Sean and Tyler to basically turn In the Mind of, Tyler's old podcast that he sold to me, and have him host it and do interviews and stuff. And I'm going to have Sean starting to do a sports podcast.
Listen, Sean has a sports podcast. I'll definitely hop on that.
No, I know you well, but it's like, have you ever thought about doing more than one podcast, or just doing another interview?
Yeah, my one podcast was going to cover multiple topics, so that way I wouldn't have to have multiple. That's what I was going to do, like, social issues, political issues, socio-political issues, if we're being honest, sports, and then nerd media, I guess, if that's a right terminology for it. But that's what it was going to be. The social issues part is probably going to be the biggest part of it because, I just love talking about those kind of things like norms and roles, shit like that. So,
cuntmonger.
Yeah, that'd be something perfect to discuss shit like that's.
See, I can't speak ill because she's been on the show before.
Yeah, I know.
But either way, I'm super interested in seeing how you grow and how you get better and better and better. And actually, and like, I mean, I've been like, I promote like, I don't know how often you listen to the High Soapbox, but like almost every freaking episode I shout out Cal Visions during the shout out section, which we're about to go into at the end of the podcast. But I'll actually, you know what? Actually, let's start wrapping up and actually move on into the shout out segment. So have you listened to any of my podcasts recently?
I'm not gonna lie, I've not gotten around to it. No,
it's all good. So basically, here it is. The shout out segment is is when you shout out things you love and like care about and all that stuff and like the yada 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 yada. You know what I mean? And like you shout out people like businesses and stuff. Things you're working on. You shout out things people you love you know are working on. And it's just like a way to just like prop shit up. So
Okay.
I'm gonna do one real quick and show you how I do it, and then we'll wrap up the show. Shout out to Solar Sonic 21 on YouTube, our boy Anthony. That's his channel. Check him out. He's been muddling through the evil within, and he should be getting recordings out for that relatively soon. Shout out to the new podcast I'm doing called Broketopia. It's a financial podcast where we talk about different stock picks, things you can buy for $1, financial stories throughout history, the good and the bad. I'm actually planning a short story talking about Mansa Musa, the richest man in history. That should be coming out this week, the week this comes out. I mean to say, so 2 weeks from now when we're recording it. And shout out to the new Nexus store we have here at HIMedia. Allows us to sell video game. Whenever you buy a video game from the link bit.ly/HIMNexus, whenever you buy a game from there, we get a kickback and you support the show. Also, shout out to my boy PT Sean on YouTube and Instagram. He is about 10.
Shout out.
He is about 10 subscribers away from 100. He makes much fucking better content than I do. Please go give him a like and a subscribe on YouTube, and go give him a follow on Instagram at its_Sean99. You got anybody?
Well, I was thinking about people, but it was mainly just Sean. Sean's really doing his thing over there. As you all probably know, Evan's probably shouted it out before. Sean does a lot of gaming, but Sean is also into fitness and working out. So if you need any fitness advice, working out tips, working out regimens, coming from someone who also works out, he knows his stuff. So shout out to PT Sean. Definitely hit him up for your fitness needs. And if you want to see him get through The Witcher painfully, you can go watch that too.
He's in much better shape than me versus me who's eating Chinese takeout during this fucking podcast. Like a fat ass.
Sean, honestly, me and Sean, funny enough, I was supposed to have Sean over for a workout because I have a gym in my basement. And I constantly just train for boxing in there and just weightlifting there. I was supposed to have Sean over for a workout session, but something came up. We definitely got to reschedule that. But shout out to PT Sean. Evan, I know you, Evan. You know this place very well. Shout out to Nicely's Jamaican Kitchen. That shit is good. I don't know, Evan, if you told your viewers this, but Evan actually designed their website. And if you go on their website to look at the menu, as you scroll all the way down, it says "Made by Haggard Innovations," which is pretty cool. So
don't advertise their shit. Those motherfuckers only pay me $15 a month for a server.
Why do you only charge them $15 a month?
They were my first customers before I knew how to advocate for myself. I was a yes boy. I now know to say no to contracts where I don't get paid enough.
Yeah, that's horrible.
Yeah,
don't shout out to them. No shout out to them.
Oh no, their food's banging.
Their food is amazing, but no shout out. No shout out.
And to be fair, go support them. Mikey's a nice dude. I love him, and they're struggling during the fucking coronavirus pandemic. And let's be real, Jamaican restaurants would be grody, anyway.
Funny enough, one of the reasons I actually go to my girlfriend's house, which is near Wilmington, is so I can DoorDash Nicely's, because I live too far away where I'm at now. She lives right outside of Wilmington, so she can still DoorDash it. It's great. It's great.
I should probably, one of these days on a weekend, I'll probably hike my ass over there and get a jerk, because I hadn't had legit jerk chicken in a minute. I miss it.
I miss their oxtail.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's I've always was more partial to the chicken dishes.
The chicken is great, but I'm telling you, that oxtail is amazing. It is amazing. Well, everything there is amazing.
Yeah.
Wow, we really, you know what we need to, you know where we need to go back to, because I haven't been there in forever. Honestly, I can't remember the last time I was on Market Street, if we're being completely honest with you. But it was probably almost 2 years ago. That's crazy. But um, yeah, Farmer and the Cow, the burger place,
Yeah,
right near Dragon Cuisine.
I, uh, I hear their food's good. Their milkshakes are middling. I went there with my ex
Oh,
girlfriend.
what? Which one did you get?
I got this like Reese's thing.
Oh, I got the one with all like the different pieces of chocolate candy in it. That shit was amazing. When you know what, when Zara and Joel get back, that is the first place we're all going. We're gonna go to Farmer and the
Look,
Cow.
bro,
Like,
I'm looking forward to December 6th.
it's on December. Oh yeah, Joel's mom was having us over. I almost forgot about that.
I think she misses her baby boy and she wants to have his friends over because it's a piece of him or something. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, I actually just a few weeks ago I brought Joel back. It was cool, but
Yeah,
he's actually doing really. I'm surprised. I really want to see how he's gonna look when he comes back. I wonder if he's gonna be all buff and shit.
I still have Joel. I still have Joel's card sitting here. I need to sit down and write him something too.
Yeah, I wrote mine back to him a few weeks ago.
Yeah, I've been. Mine's a little overdue. I need to sit down and do it. But what else? Shout out! We got a brand new design, which is this funny little. It's a funny little. It's a little I voted circle pin looking thing on a shirt with scribble scratch font underneath in red says I voted against fascism. I don't know, man. Pandering, I guess. But if you but if you want to check it out at bit.ly/HIM vote. But either way, stick around, CJ. Stick around. We'll chat a little bit afterwards. But don't log off when I finish the podcast.
I got you.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for listening to the High Soapbox. We appreciate your time, and we hope you're staying safe during the end of the fucking world. If you want any type of news updates, please follow our news podcast, High Media Headlines, at HIMheadlines.com for news updates around the world, COVID-related and not, Monday through Friday. CJ Perry, owner of CalVisionsApparel.com. Thank you so much for coming on.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
I had to plug you because you didn't plug your own shit.
Oh, well, I mean, it's going on hiatus soon, so I don't want anyone to be like, oh, let me get on there now. Oh, we're not. So, yeah.
All right. Thank you all. We'll see you guys in the next one.